The Sephora sale came at the perfect time this year because a girl had quite a wish list going, and the day that sale started, I went ahead and completely cleared my wish list. I purchased everything that was in my basket and in my wish list, and what I had realized is I hadn't actually purchased anything at Sephora in a few months. So because of that, I had quite a wish list going, and I'm really excited to share everything with you guys here. As always, all of the information for this sale, including dates, percentages, as well as links to everything I'm about to show you guys, is in the description box down below for you. Hit the more info section if you guys want to see all the details about everything that I'm about to talk about. I am so excited to jump into all of the fun stuff with you guys today. I have quite a few repurchases. I have a lot of new products to talk about. I have some kind of semi-new products. We'll explain as we go along, but tons of fun stuff. Let's get to it. If you guys are not new to my channel or not new to specifically my Sephora sale hauls, this product is going to be just a repeat, repurchase, absolute love. The Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. I talk about this all the time. I purchase at least 2 bottles during every single sale. I stock up whenever I can get a percentage off. This is a bougie little facial oil, but I absolutely love it. I use it at night after I wash my face. I use this almost as my serum step, and then I go in with a thicker moisturizer on top. This is such a great facial oil. It keeps my skin hydrated, balanced. It's kept my acne at bay. I absolutely love it. Again, if you've watched any of my Sephora haul videos, you've seen this product. So I picked up 2 more. Another repurchase and another product I've talked about so much. This is the moisturizer I use on top of my Virgin Marula oil. This is the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whip Cream, and I actually picked it up in the little refill pot here. I love that Drunk Elephant is now doing this. They have a refill pot for their Lala Retro, and they have a refill pot for the Proteiny Polypeptide Cream. So if either of these creams is a holy grail for you, it's so nice to be able to get a refill because you don't have to purchase the full plastic container again and again. I always felt like it was such a waste throwing away those plastic containers or recycling them even, but I still felt like it was such a waste. But these little refills are great. You can just refill the little plastic container that you already have. It's super easy, and you get to save a little bit of money by buying it in the refill, so definitely a win. The final Drunk Elephant thing that I purchased, this is newer. I actually did repurchase this. This is my second tube of the Drunk Elephant Theraboo Buttered Reparative Hand Cream, and I love this hand cream. I picked it up a few months ago, and this has quickly become my purse hand cream. I love this because it isn't too thick. It goes on like a little bit like a creamy oil almost, but then it sinks in pretty quickly and it leaves your skin, I don't want to say greasy, but I want to say almost like slippy. Like it almost creates like a coating over your hands, but your hands still have this nice slip to them, but they're not greasy. Hard to describe, but I love the feeling of this hand cream. Like I said, this is a repurchase. I purchased a tube a few months back and I'm almost done with it, and I thought the sale would be the perfect time to repurchase. I freaking love this hand cream. A few hair care things I purchased. This is another repurchase, but I don't know how much I've talked about this on my channel. This is the Fenty Hair, the Richer One Moisture Repair Deep Conditioner. I picked this up, I want to say about 6 months ago because I just needed a new deep conditioner. I had finished the hair mask that I had previously and I wanted to try something different. This is so good, you guys. This has a little plastic on top, but number one, I love the way this smells. I wouldn't say the scent is anything like overwhelming or spectacular. It's almost like a subtle sandalwood, clean spa scent almost. It's just so clean and so cozy, and especially because I use this in the evenings when I'm looking for a really deep repair conditioner, I find this just like, it sets my mood in such a good place. Also, for this not being such a loud or prominent or like overwhelmingly perfumey scent, I find this actually lasts and lingers in the hair even through multiple washings. Like I will use this in my hair and then the next day I will wash my hair with a, you know, shampoo and another conditioner, and I can still somehow smell this in my hair. Very interesting, because I've never had that be the case with any other deep repair mask, no matter how strongly they may be scented. But I do feel like this does a really good job. It hydrates my hair. I can tell my hair is a lot less frizzy and greasy after using this, and I really love it. I think it does a great job, and honestly, this I think is a very, very fair price as is, especially being a hair care brand sold in Sephora, and for the quality of this hair mask. It's already like half the price of the Moroccanoil hair mask that I was using previous to this, and then with the percentage off on top of that, I thought this was just a great deal. Speaking of Moroccanoil, one product from Moroccanoil that I cannot, will not ever let go of. I love this stuff. This might have been one of my most original OG videos on my channel. If you guys have been around for 15 years now, you guys know how much I love the Moroccanoil hair treatment. This is the original hair oil that really took at least mainstream social media, especially like the beauty community on social media, by storm. I know a lot of hairdressers were using this oil before it hit the social media scene, but this was one that really just, it got popular, it got big, people wanted to know if it was worth the price, and I will tell you guys, again, 15 years later, this is worth the price. I love this hair oil. It is so good. If I don't use it, I can tell a difference in my hair. Even if I use a different oil, I can tell a difference in my hair. So I'm about halfway done with the bottle that I'm currently working on. So I figured this was the perfect opportunity for me to stock up on a backup. This is a new hair product that I have not tried before. This is a leave-in conditioner by OUAI, and this is their St. Bart's version of their leave-in conditioner. If you guys know anything about OUAI St. Bart's, you know that is a very, very popular kind of tropical passion fruit pineapple-y scent. It's just such a pretty, literally like the best summery scent ever. It's so, so good. This scent did so well for OUAI that they've released it in so many different products. They had it in a lip gloss, I believe. They also released it in body care, like a body wash, a body lotion. They have it in the shampoo, the conditioner, the leave-in treatment. Like they have it in so many different products now. But this leave-in conditioner, I heard, is a really good formula. So I'm very excited to use it in this really amazing, beautiful tropical summer scent. I also went ahead and made another classic Ishani repurchase. If you guys have been here, you know the story. This is the Laneige lip sleeping mask in vanilla. I am absolutely obsessed with this lip mask. I use it every single night. This is what keeps my lips hydrated. It keeps them crack, chap free, at least for the most part. When the weather starts shifting, we're talking from fall to winter and from spring to summer, my skin gets a little crazy, as well as my lips. They get a little crazy. So this keeps my lips in as good condition as they can possibly be. So I do love it, and I purchased a backup because I'm about halfway done with the pot I'm using right now. Okay, let's talk about some actual makeup, shall we? So there are a lot of new products in Sephora right now, and when I went in store, I really wanted to purchase a ton of makeup. That's what I was there for. I was swatching all the new stuff. I swatched the new Rare Beauty, the like cream blushes that she has. I didn't pick one up primarily because I didn't like any of the shades on me. I wanted more of like a neutral, slightly mauvey color, and for my skin tone, there was no available option in the line. There were quite a few brighter shades, and then any of the more neutral tones leaned either too orange or too pink on me. So I feel like the shade range on that line could be improved, but unfortunately didn't leave the store with any of those blushes. I also saw the new Patrick Ta body care there. He has this like body cream that is in this ginormous packaging. I don't think you guys understand how big this packaging is. It looked it looked insane. And the cream smelled nice. You know, it was kind of like a nice, generic, you know, lightly scented cream. But again, I didn't think it was anything special. The thing that attracted me just was that insanely oversized packaging. There was something about it that was kind of, it looked cute. Like I just loved how big it was. Like it just looked obnoxiously cute. I loved it. But of course, didn't buy that. I also saw the new Sol de Janeiro fragrance mist and I smelled all three of them. And to be honest, they all smell good enough. I wouldn't say any of them are super unique or super must-haves in my personal opinion, but I thought they smelled fine. But as far as makeup I actually did purchase, I purchased the new, I think new, Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in her blurred matte finish. The Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer overall is nothing new. I mean, this has been a classic Laura Mercier product for decades, I'm pretty sure. However, Laura Mercier does constantly reformulate this item. She reformulates, she repackages, and this is the blurred matte version, and this also has a broad spectrum SPF 30. I purchased it in the shade 4N and it's called Teak. I don't know why I bought this. If I'm being completely honest, I think I bought this because I just wanted a new tinted moisturizer. If you guys haven't noticed, tinted moisturizers are really taking over Sephora right now. They're really taking over the beauty market. So Laura Mercier's caught my eye. There's another one we're about to talk about shortly. I know Milk Makeup has a new tinted moisturizer that I have used. I know Makeup Forever has a new tinted moisturizer that I considered getting, but I couldn't find a good color match for myself. My favorite tinted moisturizer is the Lisa Eldridge one, her like one drop little tinted moisturizer. So there's so many good ones out there and I'm into it. I'm kind of into it right now. So I wanted to try this and I love myself a matte finish. So this looked like something I would like. The other tinted moisturizer I left the store with is the new Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I actually had my eye out for this for a few months now and they finally had it in store. I have to say the packaging is so pretty on this. It's actually like a customized cap as you guys can see here. And I mean, the packaging is gorgeous. I picked it up in the shade number 11, which was my closest shade. I would say it's a little light if I had to guess, but I would always rather go a shade lighter than a shade too dark, because if you go too dark, you just can't lighten it up afterwards, versus if you go a little light, you can put bronzer and like a darker setting powder if you have to kind of get things to match. Plus, with it being a tinted moisturizer, you know, you have a little bit more flexibility in terms of the color match. This is actually the product I'm wearing on my skin right now. This is the first time that I have worn it. I did prime it and I did set it because I wanted to give it the best shot of success. I will admit, for a tinted moisturizer, I don't always want to have to set it or prime it, so I'm still going to play with this. I'm going to play with it on a daily basis to see if I can get this to be something that I can just incorporate into like a quick slap on and go 5-minute makeup routine. That's not how I used it today because I knew I was going to be on camera, so I did top it with some concealer, you know, do that. But I will say this, I would say, is a light coverage product. It's not invisible. You can see some coverage for sure. You know, it's not clear, but it's not, you're not gonna get even like a medium coverage out of this. It's not a foundation by any means. I would almost say the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, even just based on the swatch on the back of my hand, this one has more coverage than the Hourglass one. I haven't used this one on my face yet, but I can tell this one is a little thicker. It has more coverage. The Hourglass is thinner, sheerer, and yeah, I'm just excited to play with these. I'm excited to play with more tinted moisturizer type products. I'm very curious to know if other brands are gonna also, you know, jump on this skin tint bandwagon because it is just so trendy right now. I picked up a couple of lip products as well, and that's kind of the end of my makeup portion of this video, which is crazy. But I did pick up the new Merit lip liner. This is what they call their signature lip sheer lip liner. So I picked this one up. I picked it up in the shade Sportif. And okay, so this is interesting. This is a twist up lip pencil. This is, I would consider it less of a lip liner and more of a sheer tinted lip balm in a stick. It's still fairly thin, it's not heavy, but it is glossy. And I've never used a lip pencil formula that is glossy. Because of the semi-opaqueness and the glossiness and just the overall look of it on the lips, I would describe this less of a lip pencil and just more of a, it's essentially a sheer glossy lipstick, but you're getting a very, very tiny amount of product. You are obviously getting the precision of a lip pencil, and that is why you're paying a premium for this formula. However, if you are looking for this type of formula, I honestly feel like you could get a sheer glossy lipstick in many different brands right now, including from the Merit brand themselves. You can get a formula, in my opinion, that's pretty similar to this, but in a lipstick bullet, you would get a lot more product for way more approachable of a price point. I don't know. I want to keep playing around with this. I will also admit, and this is my own fault, I don't think I love the color of this on me. This is almost like a cool toned neutral, and when I get it on, it almost pulls gray toned, which is not my personal favorite lip color to wear. So that's on me. The color was, you know, a completely personal decision. Nothing to knock against the formula, but I am still playing with this. I can't say this is a recommend for me. It's just too different and too out of my comfort zone, and I'm just wondering if Merit is trying to do something with this that doesn't need to be done, if that makes sense. But we'll see. I'm open-minded. Obviously, I wanted to try it, so here we are trying it, but I'm not convinced. The final lip product I purchased is one of the new YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Glosses. I picked it up in the shade number 3, which they call Mellow, and it is actually a really, really pretty kind of neutral baby pink. It doesn't lean too blue, it doesn't lean too yellow, and the reason I picked it up in this shade over something that might be a little bit darker or a little bit more berry or brown is because this has a surprising amount of pigment to it for it being a gloss. This gloss, I would say, is like semi-opaque. There is still a little bit of translucency to it, and once you get it on and it settles into your lips, it does kind of, you know, get a little jello-y, a little bit more see-through, which I prefer in a gloss. It makes it a little bit more wearable in my opinion, but I figured this kind of pinky color would be very pretty. This is what I'm wearing actually over the Merit lip liner on my lips right now. One thing I will point out, which I guess I didn't think about this when I bought it. This claims to be a plumping lip gloss, and baby, this definitely has a little bit of a tingle to it. So just keep that in mind. If you don't like a little tingle all over your little lips, you probably won't like this. Admittedly, I'm not somebody who enjoys the tingly feeling. So when I first got this on, I didn't feel any tingling. And then about 2 to 3 minutes in, it started tingling, especially on the outer edges of my lips, and didn't love that feeling. It's not like a minty, cutesy little buxom lip gloss tingle. It's actually like a burn. It's a burny feeling. Didn't love that. And then I would say the burny feeling went away after like 20 to 30 minutes. So honestly, I don't know if this is gonna be my thing. I wanted this to become my go-to lip gloss because I love a lip oil, I love a lip gloss, I love a hydrating lip gloss, I love YSL, I love the way this smells. It smells like your classic YSL Love Shine formula, kind of like that mango, tropical, passion fruit type scent. So I think it smells really good, but it's the burny, tingly sensation for me. Don't love that really anywhere on my body, especially not on my lips. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that part of it. But I do know that the burning sensation doesn't bother everybody. So I just wanted to point it out. It's probably not a deal breaker for everybody, but for me, I don't know. Don't love it. Okay, and then finally, I picked up a couple of perfumes. So the one that I have here in person to show you guys, this is the new Clean Reserve Whipped Cherry perfume. This is a perfume that I considered just getting in the travel size. However, I was shopping with my friend Lauren and she has already gone through her travel size of this and I knew I would love it. I'd smelled it before, I'd even worn it before, and I was like, you know what, with the sale and just knowing the way these clean reserve fragrances are, let me just get the big size of it. So I did. I picked it up in the, what is this, a 3.3? 3.4 fluid ounce size. This is such a good cherry scent. This smells like a super airy, sweet, but not syrupy, still like a sweet cherry Jolly Rancher. This smells so good. It's like clean and cherry. I think this is gonna be like my out of the shower scent, honestly. I also think this will be a really great scent when it's like super, super hot outside, which we have been getting some 95-degree weather days around here in LA. So I know that once those 90 degrees hit, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be whipping this baby out because it's clean, it's sweet, it's not heavy though. It's not syrupy or heavy or thick. It's not gonna choke you out or anything, especially in the heat. And because it's under the Clean Reserve brand, this is a very kind of, as you would expect, it's a clean fragrance brand. So because of that, it doesn't have intense longevity on it, which sometimes can be a deal breaker for me, especially if I'm paying for a high-end perfume. I would love some decent longevity, honestly. However, again, sometimes when it's just so blazing hot outside, you don't want a scent that just clings to your skin and just doesn't feel like it could just air out, if that makes sense. I know this is gonna be a great summer scent. This might be one of my go-to summer scents this year, and I'm so, so excited about it. So this is one of the few perfumes I purchased. All of the other fragrances I purchased, I had to do online, unfortunately. I was ready to purchase them in store and bring them home with me, but they didn't have them in store. So the first one I picked up is a new bottle of PHLUR Vanilla Skin Eau de Parfum. If you guys have been following any of my videos for the past like 6 months, you guys know how obsessed I am with this vanilla fragrance. It is by far my most favorite absolute signature vanilla perfumes, which is saying a lot because I have a lot of vanilla in my collection. Vanilla is my favorite perfume note in general, but I repurchased this because PHLUR actually released a 3.3 ounce version of Vanilla Skin, which is so exciting because PHLUR does not have any of their eau de parfums in a bigger size than their typical 1.7 ounce. This is the typical 1.7 ounce of the PHLUR Vanilla Skin Eau de Parfum. I'm already, I would say, what, like a third of the way down on my bottle of this one. This is my second bottle, you guys. I just opened this bottle like 2 weeks ago and I'm already a third of the way down. So when I say that I'm obsessed with this perfume, I'm not kidding. This is my second bottle. I already went through my first bottle. I purchased a third bottle and the third bottle is the big 3.3 ounce size. Thank God they did that. And I think it's a very, very fair price point. The normal PHLUR bottles are $99 and this big bottle, which is double the size, like it has double the amount of product, is $139. So for just $40 more, you're getting double the amount of product. And again, for somebody who's literally like, I go through this perfume. I went through a whole bottle. I'm going through my second bottle here. I know it's gonna be worth it to just get the big mama value size of it. So I'm so thankful and glad that PHLUR has this in the big size now. I hope this is permanent. I hope this isn't a limited edition thing, but I was really excited to be able to not only get a value size of Vanilla Skin, but to get it at a discount. I was very excited about that. The other full-size fragrance that I picked up is the new DedCool fragrance. Have you guys smelled Mochi Milk yet? I smelled it in store, you guys. This smells so good. I have smelled a lot of the DedCool fragrances. I would say I've probably smelled all of them at this point, but none of them stuck out to me. None of them felt like they were in a fragrance family that I was particularly interested in. But when I heard Mochi Milk was gonna be a gourmand, and not just a gourmand, but the key notes are literally marshmallow, vanilla bean, and sweet rice milk, I knew I had to smell it. My friend Lauren loves it. She said it was so good, but she was curious because supposedly it has a little bit of an incense note in it as well. I am super sensitive to smoky notes, especially incense. That is one note that just hits me in the back of my skull in a way where it just gives me like this headache. I can smell incense in any perfume, damn near, that has it. Supposedly Mochi Milk does have an incense note in it, but I will say I could not smell it. I sprayed it not only on a tester strip, but I sprayed it directly on my wrist as well to let it dry down and to see if I could get that incense note. Because again, it hits me in a way that it just like, it gives me a headache and it makes my stomach turn all at the same time. But this on me smelled like liquid caramel. It smelled like a sweet caramel, ricey, almost slightly powdery, very, very sweet, indulgent treat. It smells so good. It's not overwhelmingly sweet either, which is something that I do appreciate. I think if you don't like a super sweet vanilla or a super sweet marshmallow, you might still like this. It is still gourmand, but it's kind of like a refined, sophisticated, maybe more subtle gourmand. And I think it's so pretty. I think it's very pretty. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be the most appropriate for super high heat. I don't know if it's going to necessarily be like a go-to in the summertime for me. I'll still try it, but I could see it maybe being a little thick, like a little rich for the summertime. But regardless, I mean, fall and winter is gonna come around again at some point. So I'm excited. I'm excited about Mochi Milk. And then the final fragrance that I also had to purchase online because they didn't have in store is the new Brown Girl Jane fragrance in Casino. I picked this one up in the travel size version because this is a coffee fragrance. And as much as I love coffee, love the scent of coffee, I love the idea of smelling like coffee. I'm also very careful with the coffee perfumes that I actually wear because I do think there's a fine line between smelling like a sophisticated, elevated coffee fragrance and it smelling like I just spilled my morning latte on me and didn't have a chance to clean it up, you know? Like I don't want to smell like I just have a cup of coffee just on the front of my sweatshirt, you know? But either way, I have smelled this fragrance in person. I do think it smells very, very beautiful. The keynotes in this are espresso affogato. So again, kind of like an espresso ice cream sweet vibe. You've also got golden rum cake and almond foam. It is very rich. It's slightly spiced. It's coffee. It's sweet. It's vanilla. I'm so excited to try this. And I'm glad I got it in the travel size because again, I think this one is probably more appropriate for the colder months. And with us going straight into 95-degree heat, I may not get a ton of use out of it in the next few months, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still gonna give it a shot. I'm still excited to try it. I love a little Brown Girl Jane moment. So there it is, you guys. There you have it. That is my entire Sephora Spring 2025 VIB sale haul for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below. What did you guys pick up during this sale? Did you guys do some shopping? Sephora was absolutely packed when I went in during the first day of the sale. So I have a feeling that a lot of you guys are shopping. So let me know what you bought. Links to everything that I shared with you guys in today's video will be down in the description box below for you guys. Also, if you guys happen to use my links, I really, really appreciate it. Those are affiliate links and they do help to support my channel. So thank you guys so much for using those links when you can. And I will talk to you guys in another video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.